Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 176th Annual Town Meeting of Dundee Township. I call this meeting to order at 7:13 p.m. Now, I ask that you all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Next, I will be reading the public notice. Dundee Township Annual Town Meeting notice is hereby given to the legal voters, residents of the Township of Dundee, in the County of Kane, and the State of Illinois, that the annual town meeting of said township will take place on Tuesday, April 14th, 2026, being the second Tuesday of said month, per 60 ILCS 130-5, at 7 p.m. at the Rack House Center, Adult Activities Room, 665 Barrington Avenue, Carpentersville, Illinois, 60110, for the transaction of the miscellaneous business of said township, and after a moderator having been selected, will proceed to hear and consider reports of officers and decide on such measures as may, in pursuance of law, come before the meeting, and especially to consider and decide the following agenda: call to order and pledge of allegiance, reading of the public notice, registration of qualified township electors, announce number of electors present and able to vote, electors nominate and elect moderator for this meeting, oath of moderator, presentation of the supervisor's annual financial statements, electors approve supervisor's annual financial statements, certification of accounts, motion to approve amend the minutes of last annual town meeting, April 8th, 2025, elected officials reports, approval of resolution in support of House Bill 4616, approval of resolution to recommend that Dundee Township Supervisor appoint Dawn Arimura, Dr. Michelle Wright, and Amber Cotter to the Dundee Township Community Mental Health Board. Announcement of next annual town meeting, April 13th, 2027. Electors move to set the time of next annual town meeting. Comments, questions, adjournment. Signed and dated this 27th date of March 2026, Elizabeth Clark, Dundee Township Clerk, published in the Daily Herald, March 31st, 2026.
Point of order. We have the minutes. How can I approve a minute if I don't have it to read?
The minutes have been provided on the tables for the public.
Table.
Every single table.
On this table.
All of
The clerk is charged with verifying and counting the qualified electors present and able to vote at this meeting. The total number of qualified township electors present and able to vote is 106.
We don't have the minutes back here. All the tables are done.
Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. My name is Elizabeth Clark, and I am the Dundee Township Clerk. The clerk is charged with asking the electors of Dundee Township to elect a moderator who will be responsible for overseeing the rest of the meeting. As such, I ask for nominations for a moderator. Do I have a second?
Second.
Tabs covered, stand and say her name.
Mel, can you please stand and state your name and address? Thank you. Good.
Get a second.
Mark Aguilar, 47 Street Lane, Algonquin, Illinois, second nomination, Mr. Chris Tice, new gentleman from Algonquin.
Are there any other nominations?
I move to nominate Jessica.
Get her name and her address.
Can I please have your name and address?
Linda Garcia, 6539 Pine Hollow Road, Carpentersville.
Thank you, and do we have a second?
Second. O'Connell.
Can you please state your address, Mr. Connell?
664 South 7th Street, West Dundee, Illinois.
Thank you.
Just quick, do you have everybody's name spelled? Because we're going to have to do the minutes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, and then we're going to do...
Any other nominations?
Any other nominations? And then we're going to go and do the votes.
Yeah. Yeah, so hearing no further nominations.
Yep.
No, you can, no further nominations, you can go right into it.
Okay, no further nominations. We'll start with Chris Caius first. All in favor of Chris Caius, please say aye. Aye. And any abstentions, any opposed, please say nay.
And then see the next one.
Okay, and for Joe Connell, all in favor, say aye.
Chris Kemp.
I'm so sorry, Chris Kemp. Chris Kemp, my apologies. All in favor of Chris Kemp for moderator, please say aye. And then all abstentions, any opposed, please say nay.
So I think we'll probably do a standing count.
Okay, I think we're going to do a standing count for this one. It's pretty close.
So the way we'll do a standing count, you want to press this over? So good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Kimsey. I'm the township attorney. Don't threaten me with using the gavel. It'll be a good time. So good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Kimsey. I'm the township attorney. I will be assisting the clerk. We're going to do a standing count. So the way that'll work is the first nomination was Chris Caius. So the clerk will ask all in favor of Mr. Caius to stand. And not yet. The clerk will ask. I'm not the clerk. And then we will ask you to continue standing, right, until every person who is standing has been counted. Then we'll ask you to sit. And then we will take that number down. We'll write that number down. And then after that, we will ask all those in favor of Mr. Kemp to stand, right? And we will do the same thing. We will go around and we will take a count. So we'll ask that you stay standing. So this may take a second. It may test your ability to stand, but I promise we will try to be quick. Make sense? No, we can tally from the front. The clerk counts.
Can we please have all in favor of Chris Caius, please stand.
So you should count.
Okay.
Do you want to go with her and count? Can you count? So. Or seated. So go to the division?
Yeah, division.
Good afternoon, it's me again. So I think what we're gonna do is after a few minutes here, and you notice I didn't be the one to have to walk around, I made my associate do it, but I think the clerk's of the opinion that doing a division is best. So we're gonna go to either side of the room. So I'll ask, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we'll have those in favor of Mr. Caius go to this side of the room, and those in favor of Mr. Kemp go to this side of the room. And if you line up in order, then we'll go through quickly and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that make sense?
Registered voters. Registered voters.
What's that?
Registered voters.
Yeah, they're all registered. We have the rolls.
Every person in here is registered.
I'm sorry?
Every person in here is registered.
They were checked in order to get in. Except for one person.
Okay, I thought anybody could come. But this is a good idea.
The ayes got it over there. We'll make sure. I'm gonna quit. Yeah, I think I got it.
Yes.
Well, let me double check with the clerk. I don't think
Yes.
so are we comfortable calling it?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
comfortable calling it.
Does everybody have their seats? And just say based on ask them to have their seats based on the division.
If everybody could please take their seats based on the division. Chris Caius
Is elected.
is elected moderator. Thank you.
You are. So is it the guy sitting next to the parents?
Yeah.
I told him to write his conscience.
Yeah.
You got to take the vote. You ready?
Take what?
The oath. Give the oath.
So maybe we can make, they want to see the literature on the table, they can ask people on the other in front of them to share. Is that something that
I would take the tables. You don't know. You don't know. Make sense?
yeah, I'll just go tell them.
Can I call Mr. Caius?
Have some. Yeah.
We did, and one of our good friends just moved back 2 weeks ago, so we have to go back and visit.
So I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to go over here momentarily. This is your script.
Okay.
The only curveball we're going to throw you, we're going to throw this curveball.
Yeah.
So once you get to this page, you'll see my blue, so just take your time. Once you get here, say see attached number 1. And then go to this page and pick up right here. And I'll guide you, I'll be over here for that. And then right now you're going to have to raise your hand and take this oath.
Yep, sorry, we'll give you that work.
And then subscribe the oath, and then you're go.
Mr. Caius, if you could please raise your hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of moderator
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties, so you get to read it, the duties of moderator
for the annual town meeting of Dundee Township
for the annual town meeting of Dundee Township
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
sign here. Is there, do I have to print one of these? Or?
I would print and then sign there. Did you want to hold it?
Oh, sorry, just sitting in there right now. And is this that trick mic that they have over at the...
Only a trick mic.
The one at the township. Are you done with all of your stuff?
Yeah, so you can go ahead and start.
Okay, good evening. Good evening. Some brief housekeeping information. There are 2 ballot boxes in the front of the stage. They are for the ballots for the 2 voting items on the agenda, items 10 and 11. Ask vote monitors, can the vote monitors hold up the empty boxes, open lids, show them to the audience, and turn them upside down. The boxes will be locked and are ready to receive ballots until everyone has voted. All good?
All good.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Thanks. The next item on the agenda is the presentation of the supervisor's annual financial statement.
Point of order.
Point of order, Mr. Buck.
I'd like to have a motion to remove items number 10 and 11 from the agenda as they violated the Open Meetings Act. Attempts were made to reach out to Clerk Clark to get clarifications and no response of the ROC.
I second that motion.
So you can remove things, you can remove things from the agenda, so they can validly remove things. So if you want to call for a vote on that question, we can.
Follow. So there's a motion on the floor by Mr. Buck, seconded by Mr. Kim, to remove items, let me make sure we get this right, number 10 and 11?
Correct, 10 and 11.
Number 10 and 11? And then do we ask for discussion as normal?
Yes, I need to.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none?
So you call for a voice vote, or if you want to go right to a division, then you can go right to a division.
Well, let's go right to the division. This is a division vote again. If you are in favor of the amendment to remove, the amendment to the agenda to remove items 10 and 11, please go to the left-hand west wall. If you're not in favor of the removal, go to the right hand.
I'll tell him. Yes, sir.
I got a couple. Did I miss anything, Katie? Oh, come on.
Is that what it is? Take a step out of it. It was.
Can't hold early. Gotta wait for a question to be called.
Okay. Now, do I call the winner or loser?
Yeah.
Motion fails.
Correct.
Motion to amend fails. Please be seated. actually.
You said it was Mr.
Buck and Kent.
Okay. What's his first
Moved by Greg Buck,
Okay.
and Chris Kent.
I would
Okay.
gavel.
What's
Use
that?
the guy, use that gavel.
Then we'll return to the item on the agenda, which is the presentation of the supervisor's annual financial statements. Oh, I see. Madam Clerk, have the supervisor's annual financial statements been submitted and posted for viewing?
The supervisor's annual financial statements were filed with my office within 30 days before the annual township meeting, were posted at the meeting place 2 days before the meeting, and copies are available to the electors present.
Thank you. Item 6, the electors approve the supervisor's annual financial statements. The next item on the agenda is approval of the supervisor's annual financial statements. Is there a motion to accept the supervisor's annual financial statements as submitted? The motion is made by,
Motion to approve, subject to audit. And discussion.
would you please, Mark?
Elector Avalar moves to approve the financial statement subject to audit.
Subject to audit. So there's a motion by Mr. Avalar to accept to approve the supervisor's annual financial statement subject to audit, seconded by
Tennis. Elector Tennis. I'd like to amend the motion.
just one moment. So Avalar moves, subject to audit. Dennis
Gotta get a
seconds.
second, gotta get a second first. If there
Yeah.
wants to be an amendment, then he can make a separate.
Well, he's doing it, you're seconding it, right? No, who's seconding it? Be Zettler second? Is there a discussion? And then that's when you would come in.
Yes, I move to amend the motion to include a discussion in addition to an audit.
Is there a second on that?
So is there, just so that we understand it, you're moving it to amend that there is a discussion in addition to the condition that Mr. Avalar asked for. Is there a second? Hearing none, motion fails.
I'll second it since we have discussion.
Oh, okay.
So just to be clear, there'll be a discussion on the motion. So there'll be a motion. If you second the motion, there will be discussion before it's passed. If you want some separate motion to amend for a separate discussion, I don't need to purport to make what your motion is. But if your intention is only that there be a discussion, there will be a discussion before the vote in which you can discuss. Okay, that's what I thought. So I think.
Well, there's a motion and a second. Is there discussion? Is that what you're asking for, is discussion?
I'm asking for a discussion.
That's your cue. Do you want to say something? Please state your name and your address.
My name is Mike Tennis from Sleepy Hollow. I offer the following discussion. The supervisor is responsible for accounting for receipts and disbursements for 9 funds, including 4 for the highway commissioner. Supervisory responsibilities include disbursements of more than $2.4 million to vendors. The supervisor also oversees a payroll of $1.4 million, paid to 22 full-time personnel, including 6 highway personnel, as well as 4 elected trustees, an elected clerk, and 4 appointed cemetery trustees. The public funds report, when compared to last year, shows 5 supervisory funds experienced a year-over-year expense increase of $680,000. The large 31% increase in supervisory funds year-over-year was partially offset by a $508,000 increase in revenue, primarily from a non-recurring Illinois capital grant of $406,000 and $104,000 in increases in property taxes. The year-over-year $680,000 increase in supervisory fund expense was driven by three things: increased mental health expenses of $298,000, increased capital expense of $206,000, increased town and cemetery contractual expenses of $116,000. In addition to the supervisor's financial and personnel oversight duties, supervisor presides over township board meetings. For these various duties, the supervisor receives a compensation package estimated at $110,000, including $87,000 salary, as well as health, pension, and other benefits. The supervisor was elected a year ago by over 3,000 voters to serve a township population of over 64,000. The board appropriates over $4.6 million to help the supervisor and highway commissioner serve those residents. It is a full-time job. The supervisor has a fiduciary duty to effectively manage township funds and should not treat the role as a side job. If the supervisor is unavailable during normal business hours to perform the duties for which she was elected, she should resign.
Is there any other discussion? Mr. go ahead. State your name and your address, please.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Mark Avila, 27th Street, Peachtree Lane, Algonquin. I do want to point out that on the vendor disbursements, I see that one vendor for the record, it is pointed out that Ariel Warross, the township attorney, was paid out nearly $205,000 for fiscal year 2026. I would like if any of the board members or previous board members know what was the township attorney payout for fiscal year 2025, the prior year, because $205,000 seems, and then I see Village of East Dundee, $199,000 and change. I assume that would have to do with the settlement of litigation. But the attorney fees, and we respect Mr. Kinsey and his firm, but that just seems excessive to just the average person like myself. So just wanted to rise and extend that remark. Thank you.
I'm not sure that gets addressed at this point.
No, they can discuss if they want, though.
That's your discussion.
Any other discussion?
Is there any further discussion? So then, all in favor of accepting the supervisor's annual financial statements as submitted,
Subject to audit.
subject to audit, as amended, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. Motion passes. The supervisor's annual financial statements are hereby accepted as submitted.
Subject to audit.
Subject to audit. Item 7, certification of accounts by trustees. Next item is certification of accounts by trustees. Would a member of the township board or trustees please submit the statement regarding the certification of accounts?
The trustees of Dundee Township have checked all payments and vouchers against Dundee Township as to the available funds, the budget, and levy ordinances and validity of claims. The trustees have received the supervisor's annual financial statements and find the ledgers and accounts to be in order and available for the annual financial audit to be performed by a private auditing agency.
Do we have the minutes show that that was Henry Fixamer? Is there a motion to accept the trustee's statement as submitted? Motion by? State your name and address. Seconded by?
Second.
June Keebler. Actually, you should probably say that. June Keebler. And your address?
17-415 Ranch Road, Dundee.
Thank you. The motion is made and seconded. Then if there is any discussion, is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the accepting the trustee's statement as submitted, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Doing okay? Item 8, no, excuse me. Item 8, motion to amend the minutes of the 2025 annual town meeting. The next item on the agenda is the motion to approve amendment of the minutes of the last annual town meeting. Would the clerk submit the minutes of the 2025 annual town meeting?
The minutes of the 2025 annual town meeting are hereby submitted to the electors for approval.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, may I have a motion to approve the minutes of the 2025 annual town meeting as presented? Motion made by Melissa Day. And seconded by
Amber Potter, 106 Portville, Carpentersville.
Is there any discussion following the motion and seconding? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion to approve the minutes of the 2025 annual town meeting as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. The motion passes. Item 10, we will now hear reports from the township's elected officials in attendance. First, we will hear from the assessor, Michael Belak, from the assessor's office. Mr. Assessor, do you have a report?
Yes, I do. I was up there, top left, but you can see me now. My name is Mike Belak. I'm the assessor of Dundee Township. I've been the assessor since 2010. This is my 5th term. I just started in January. I am a CIAO, Certified Illinois Assessing Officer, and a CAE, Certified Assessment Evaluator. That's a national accreditation. I am responsible for one of the 3 core functions of township government, that is assessing properties for the township, the entire township. The other functions, the core functions being taking care of the highway, or the highway commissioner taking care of our roads and of the unincorporated areas, and also the other function of EA and GA taking care of the needy within the township. My responsibility is to assess all the properties as of January 1st of every year. Also to do it fairly, accurately, and uniformly, which can be a challenge in today's market, any market actually. It's a difficult task. We do use computers a lot, we have to. But you also have to have expertise and experience doing so. 3 most recent years are used in the sales ratio study, which the state performs and also the county performs for us. Our COD this year for Dundee Township was 9.96. Kane County is 11.22. It's a statistical number for some of you out there. We're doing okay if we're under 15, so we're at 9.9. We're doing pretty good. There's some that are better. Those are more homogeneous neighborhoods, brand new subdivisions, brand new townships. They might land at about 7.5%. So 9.9, considering some of our older areas, we're doing pretty good. The assessed valuation we place on your property determines your share of the property tax burden throughout the township and the county and the schools. Next slide. Where do our taxes come from? 75% of the taxes come from all of us in there, all the residential people. We're the ones who provide most of the money for property taxes. Commercial and industrial make up about 25%. That's a good portion in Dundee Township. We do have a lot of industrial, more so than other townships in the county. Where do our taxes go? Next slide. Of course, they go to schools. 68% go to the schools. I think we all know that. A small portion goes to township government. It's usually around 2.5%. It could be as low as 1.5% and up to about 3%. Next slide. My assessor's office, there are 4 full-time deputy assessors. We are all certified assessment officers. We have 23,680 parcels. Our 25-26 budget is $504,000. And our 2025 equalized assessed value is $3.42 billion. New construction made up about $15.5 million. That's a decline over the previous years. We were pretty steadily around the 30 million mark. A lot of that was industrial and some apartments. We'll take a little bit of a lull right now, but that will quickly climb with all the new residential coming online, the new townhomes and single-family residences for the subdivision 2C. For the 2026 calendar year, the 2025 tax bills will be issued May 1st. Installment dates are as usual, June 1st and September 1st. Most of us don't realize that because we have mortgages and our escrow department takes care of that for us, hopefully. The assessment changes for our township should be published in June or July. I have no real control over that. The county does that and they set that date. We're closing our books shortly, turning them into the county. The appeal deadline is 30 days after publication. The county is challenged or responsible to publish any changes that my assessor's office makes to an assessment. They have to post it in a newspaper. How many of you get the newspaper here? Maybe out of 150 people. We change a lot. They don't. You will also get a notice in the mail if we did change your assessment. But there's a flaw in that old system, I'll tell you. If you would like to, you can subscribe to Kane County Assessment Newsletter, and they will email you when our township is published or any other township is published if you sign up for it. So you can just go to assessments.kanecountyil.gov or look up Supervisor of Assessments, Kane County Taxes. You should end up on their website at some point. Before you appeal your assessment, please contact my office. We are there every day, 7:30 to 4 every day. We're always open. We don't take appointments. We will if you would like us to. You can call us 847-428-2634. Our website, dundeeassessor.com. Email assessor@dundeeassessor.com. We've also been helping the senior freeze applicants. We've helped over 300 last year. We're well on our way again this year. We're real happy to help our seniors. They enjoy us too. So it saves them a drive down to the county. So we help take care of the seniors. We're proud of that. We're here for you. You're in good hands with my staff and myself. Combined, we have over 120 years of experience. We've been through this. The shortest tenure I think we have now on staff is 10 years. We're proud of the job we do. We're proud to serve the residents of Dundee Township. Well, thank you for allowing us to serve Dundee Township with experience, fairness, and respect. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Assessor. Next, we will hear from Trustee Harney as Chair and Trustee Representative Member of the 708 Mental Health Board. Trustee Harney, do you have a report?
I do.
No. There you go.
I don't know, Ms. Cameron, yeah, I can tell. I'm a liaison trustee between the 708 and the health board, and thank you all for coming tonight. I just want to give you a brief rundown of where we've been. The referendum was approved by the voters in 2020. the court challenge held up any funding until 2022. And the previous township board did not levy any funding for the 708 board until 2023, which meant that the first time the 708 board has had any money to operate with was June of 2023 when they received their first tax installment. The years of 2023 and 2024 saw a constant flux of people going in and out. Every year, 2 people drop off the board and 2 new people are reappointed. So there's always this getting used to, what's going on for people who come in. The 2023 and 2024 were years of organization where we kind of got our feet on the ground. I was on the board at that time for a while, and then the then supervisor, Aaron Thrower, put herself on the board. We put her on the board instead, which was fine with me at the time. We did our first needs assessment in 2024, and that filled out some of the holes that the King County needs assessment had left in our township. We did a second smaller one in 2025. So at this point, the board feels like it has a pretty good grasp on what the specific needs are in the township. During fiscal year 24, the Dundee Township Mental Health Board worked with the Center for Governmental Studies at Northern Illinois University to conduct that first needs assessment. That needs assessment is posted on the township's website, and I believe it's also available on the 708 board website. 2025 was the first year that the board had enough administrative capacity and funding to organize the grant criteria and to start, providing grants for organizations like ECHR, County Services, AID, and the other mental health organizations in the township. And we did a pretty good job. Again, those numbers are posted online. I'm not going to read them, mostly because I printed it out and the print is too small for me to see. But you can check that out on the website. And 2026 was going to be the year that we hit our stride. And I talked to many of you about this. I have complained incessantly about this. We can't do anything because we don't have a quorum. We are short 3 members on the 7-member board for 2 members who turned out and 1 member who resigned for reasons that had nothing to do with any of this. She was going in another direction. The supervisor and the board have been at odds trying to get these positions filled, which is one of the voting items that you see tonight. And the ladies that are, their names and their bios are on the table for all of you. The 708 board is, the law provides that the 708 board vets these individuals, and all individuals that are given to us, as candidates for the 708 board. These were the resumes that we received. We did not get the others. We did get one late, but not before we didn't have a quorum anymore. So these women are recommended. They have mental health credentials, and they're on the ballot for you. There's also the issue that without a quorum, we cannot spend money, we cannot sign contracts, we cannot talk to our attorney, we cannot hire an administrator. So we have $700,000 of your tax dollars sitting in a checking account right now, and we have $683,000 worth of grants going to the various local agencies like AID and ECHR. And those contracts are ready to go. They're ready to sign, but we don't have a quorum, so we can't approve them. We did a search with a search committee for an administrative director, and we found a really, really outstanding man, Dr. Joseph Troiani. I have his biography. It's 11 pages long, and so I'm not going to read that either, but I will post that as well. He's an absolutely incredible man. He is working with us and waiting until we can get a quorum to hire him. I heard an accusation that he was being paid $150,000 a year. That is not true. I do not know what the final contractual salary will be, but it will not be as much as what the supervisor is making. We are going to need him to guide us through the grant RFPs that we sent out to evaluate the grants, and to track them. And we have found that we do need a professional person in the field to do that. And that also brings me back to the three candidates. I think one of the bones of contention between the supervisor and the board is that the supervisor and Mr. Connell, who is the person not coming to the board meetings, both believe that the 708 board should be more or less an advisory board of regular citizens. This is a board that distributes hundreds of thousands of grants every year when it's operating. And those grants are for mental health services. And so the people, by law, the legislature has said, the people who are on that board need to be people who understand what mental health treatments work, what are good, what maybe aren't so good, what the new things are, and what's the best. They're the most efficient at getting services out to our residents and doing a good job. It's just like if you have a heart attack, you're not going to call your plumber. Maybe the best plumber you've ever heard of, love the guy, does a terrific job. But he and you are going to call the cardiac surgeon. If you need someone to teach people, you call a teacher. If you need someone to fix your broken leg, you don't call your dentist. On and on. The point is that we need mental health professionals to evaluate the grants, to write the criteria for the grants, and to evaluate whether those grants are meeting the needs and the perspective, or the prescriptions that we want. We also are trying to move forward with what we call a police social worker program. This has been in negotiation for a couple of years with the area police departments. We've held roundtables with the first providers, and what this does initially as a pilot program is expand the social worker program that goes out, that will go out with the police department at times when there's a mental health issue with a client. I talked to the police chiefs, and these types of programs are held throughout, are in operation throughout Illinois. Dundee Township, which is where one of the candidates from Armira has been a social worker for some years, has seen a drop in crisis calls for their first responders. They have social workers stationed at the individual police departments in Dundee Township. If you talk to Chief Sean Green in West Dundee, he has had experience with this in Schaumburg when he worked there. We're still in negotiation, we're trying to pull this together, but this is something that we can move forward with when we can meet as a board, and when we have somebody on board like Dr. Tryon who can guide us through this. Lastly, we are looking at subscribing to a possible agency that would provide emergency counseling services, on demand almost. It would be a situation where a first responder or first responders go to a place, or where there's a call to a central phone area. And then this organization would, within, they say, a week, or within 15 minutes actually for one of them, contact the person who's in need, talk to them about what their needs are, and then try to get them directed to the type of need, counseling or the type of services that they need. There are two companies that do this. They would cover it for the township for $1 per person per year, which would be for our township about $65,000 a year. Again, we researched this, and this is working well in other areas. What they promise is that they will contact someone within 15-20 minutes, or attempt to contact them, and then they will have that person connected with some kind of counseling or some kind of service that they need within an average of 2 weeks. It could be longer if there's a situation where the person needs counseling. Praying at 3:30 on Tuesday afternoon or some kind of special listing like that. So we're looking at those things, but we can't even meet and talk about them right now without a report. So I will post this report on the website. I'm sorry I didn't get it indicated in time to have you see it up on the screen. But there have been accusations that we're not doing anything, and we are really trying hard. We are regular people. We have one social worker who is was a person who was on our board, and she's been very helpful. But with 3 new social workers, we think we have the expertise, and by hiring Dr. Tryon, we will get the guidance that we need to really take off, because we can do awesome and great things. And you guys are waiting on us and counting on us and we're really trying hard to do the right thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That concludes the elected officials' reports portion of the meeting. The next item on the agenda is approval of the resolution in support of the House Bill 4616. For this item, please note that for this item, for number 10 and 11, we will limit discussion to 2 minutes per person. Copies of an explanation of the HB 4616 are on your tables. The bill would allow trustees to nominate candidates for the 708 board in addition to the supervisor. It would allow 708 board members whose terms have expired to continue to serve until their replacement is nominated and approved by the township board. It will also allow the township board to override the supervisor's removal of a 708 board member with 4 trustees voting to keep that member. Is there a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2026-01, a resolution in support of the House Bill 4616?
So moved by Avalar, Algonquin.
Motion by Avalar, Algonquin.
Second by Gould, James Gould.
Second by James Gould.
309 Sedgwick, Carpentersville.
Okay. Then I just finished.
Okay, you can go ahead and read that part.
You have each been issued a ballot. This is the ballot part, right?
Yep.
Okay. You have each been issued a ballot for this item. I ask that you please now indicate your vote on that ballot. We will call everyone up by table to cast their vote.
Explain the vote first.
I'll explain the vote first. Once the votes are tallied and counted, we will announce the result. For now, we will move on to discussion. Is that what would be next?
Yeah, so you get a motion, you get a second. He's
Right.
just explaining the process for the vote, so we'll get discussion and then
Okay, so we're down here to,
he's just explaining the process for the vote, so there will be discussion before the vote.
so we're still on item 10.
And we hear you got a motion and a second?
Right.
So now we just have discussion.
Okay,
Have
all right.
discussion. Come on.
Thank you. So discussion, please state your name and address.
Elector Avalar, 273 Beach Street Lane, Algonquin, Illinois. I am the immediate past president of the Dundee Township Mental Health Board. I roll off at the end of 2025. I just want to enter into the record, make sure the electors are aware of the work that has gone into House Bill 4616 since December of last year, when the supervisor attempted to, with law enforcement, physically remove President Pro Tempore Carney from the December 11th meeting. If you haven't seen the video, by all means, go see it. House Bill 4616 started to take away one person from being able to remove board members for political reasons, which was clearly going on back on December 11th. It has been amended in order to ensure that the ugly situation that we are in here in Dundee Township with our mental health board being stopped for 4 months is not repeated or anywhere else in the state. And I have to give credit to our Representative Suzanne Ness, as well as to Representative Dan Didich of Lake County, who has been instrumental in bringing these amendments forward and drafting them and allowing us to review. I want to thank Member Harney, as well as she joined me in Springfield on March 26th to testify in favor of House Bill 4616 in order to ensure that our mental health services, and I will cross any line, no matter from whom, if you threaten mental health in this township. And I want to thank members of the public who are doing the same by casting their votes in favor of House Bill 4616 support resolution. Please vote yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Avalar. Is there other discussion? Okay, then the next item on the agenda is,
So I think what we'll do, sorry, what we're gonna do is we'll have, call them up table by table to drop their ballots off.
Okay, so the ballot,
And I would just
Come on.
ask one thing, and on this, go ahead, you can read it and I'll ask one thing at the end.
what am I reading?
So,
Is that your back up here?
yeah. So let me just quickly, good evening again, everybody. I think the strategy that we're gonna have for this is that we'll call table by table to have you come up first for this vote, right, on this specific item. We'll have the chair read again the question specifically, yes or no, and then you drop your ballot in one of the boxes. I know there may be some of you who will be depositing votes for others, right? So we ask that when you do that, you just let us know how many you're putting in there so that we can keep a tally of that. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? What's that? Well, if you want to challenge that afterward, we're going to keep a record of it. You're more than welcome to do that. That's why we're keeping a record of it. So we're going to we'll call table by table.
All right, so again, you've all been issued a ballot for this item. I ask that you please now indicate your vote on that ballot, and we will come up table by table. Once the votes are tallied and counted, we will announce the result. Shall we start with this table right here? Or is there a point of order?
Point of order, is this the blue sheet or the yellow sheet right now?
I'm colorblind. You're asking the wrong guy.
So we're gonna put our yellow sheet in the box. That's all I'm gonna do.
All right, thank you. Sorry about that.
Yellow sheet and the yellow box.
So this is the one item, the yellow sheet, and what?
Yeah, have the, yep. So I'd have the first, so you can vote as well.
Bring your yellow sheet up.
So start with this table.
One box for right now. We're kind of, you know, I hate to say inventing this as we go. It's not quite that bad, but we, you know, normally our township annual town meetings, actually Mike Tennis is usually the only one there. So I want to give Mike a shout out for being such a faithful person.
Okay, so thank you for your patience. We will then submit your yellow ballot, starting with the table here on the front, my front right, front left. Then we'll do, just pass by the ballot box. Yeah, thank you. Let me get up here so I see.
Yeah, you can get up. You can vote too.
We can just put ours in.
Yeah. As long as you're not stacking the ballot, you're stacking the box. Yeah, just tell you just take it. We're putting two in. That's okay. He's still here. We know he's still here. So just one. So keep one. Yeah. So you just keep tallying one. How many people are doing it on this? That's one double. That's fine. One double. I got one double. Just one. Just one. All right, so just one double. All we care about is the votes. We assume that people want challenge the vote. Challenge the vote.
Thank you, table one. Only 18 more to go. Table two. Is there nobody at table three? Then the fix-em-er table. You guys go ahead and get ready.
Good, perfect. Thank you. It's going to get full quick.
Then the middle table, go ahead and get in line. See if we can get this keep moving. Would that be the Gould table? And then the table number 6 over here. And go ahead, the next table back, straight back from there. Would you like to get up in line right here?
Aaron, you want to invite someone to bring it up for him and we won't double count it? He's not going to want to.
Oh.
He won't count, we can accommodate. And if there's anybody else.
And then center table on the third row.
Get the fourth row too.
And then the far table in the third row. And then, Mr. Aaron, do you want to send somebody up with your ballot? Okay. I can't hear you.
We got it. Someone's bringing it.
Okay. Then the next table, next row.
I'm leaving. Can I go ahead and put my ballots in?
You can.
No, we haven't
You gotta
called.
wait till
We
the
haven't
questions
called,
come.
yeah.
Someone has Richards.
Then everyone from Mr. Aaron's tables. Then this table over here, Bob and Luann. The Lewandowski table.
Hey, Sue. Thank you.
And then the Clark table back there. Or the Anderley table, that would work too. So we have to do this twice?
That's for your wife, Assessor.
And then the middle table back here. Or actually, I can't hardly see back. You guys want to just come on up and get in line? If you're gonna vote, tap that person on the center. Somebody's got a yellow ballot back there. No, he's good. Next table back. You're good. Yeah. Anybody in the back of the room, back 3 or 4 rows. Can you hear me back there? I understand it's a long ways back there. Thank you.
So you want to
repeat this again?
No, we're going to do a voice for the next one. Okay. I've just confirmed it.
Okay.
People left, but they left their ballots on the table. Okay. I have mine. Those are left on the table back there.
Well, then you can challenge it. We'll have a tally of how many votes here and then put a challenge. Keep the record. I've been better.
It's getting full.
Yeah.
Just in the nick of time. It's almost full. Thank you. Okay,
So it's what the record reflects 8 absentee votes.
8 absentee ballots. All no?
All no.
Okay. So that would, you make note of that?
So you said 8 absentee.
8 absentee.
Is there only 9?
Is anyone holding a yellow ballot? Are we all done? All through? Was that a yellow ballot or a thumbs up? Oh, thumbs up. I think we're all through. Okay, thank you. We will tally the vote.
We'll do it, we'll announce it at the end.
And we'll tally the vote and announce it at the end.
All right, here. Now you just take this and read from right there on. It's all voice vote.
The next item on the agenda is a approval of the resolution to recommend, ladies and gentlemen, the next item on the agenda is an approval of the resolution to recommend that the Dundee Township Supervisor appoint Don Aramaro, Dr. Michelle Wright, and Amber Cotter to the Dundee Township Community Health Board. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Well, let's see, I will need a name and an address, please, for the motion. That was James Gould. And seconded by Melissa Day. Sorry, no, just a second. I'm going to make sure we get a note of it here. Is there a motion? Second group. Okay, the motion second. Right. The motion is made. Is there any discussion? Hearing none.
Discussion?
Oh, discussion? Mr. Avalar?
Mr. Moderator, Avalar, 110 now. Just very quickly for the elector's knowledge, as Member Harney brought up during her presentation as the chair of the Mental Health Board, all three of these candidates were vetted by the Mental Health Board as allowed under the statute. And I was part of the Mental Health Board when that took place. I was one that also recommended these three ladies. They are all qualified. Dawn Aramaro was one of the initial Mental Health Board members back in 2020. Amber Cotter has professional credentials, and Dr. Michelle Wright has applied more than once, and let's hopefully with your strong vote of support that even before House Bill 4616 becomes law, we can convince the supervisor to appoint the right people, do the right thing, and let's get them on the board. Let's get to work with mental health. Thank you.
So any other discussion? Mr. Aaron?
Yeah, against everything that some people think I am for the 408 board. When I take too many professional people on this board, it's not good. You need other people on that board to get a group of different tastes of that people. I don't know the word they're looking for, but all professional people, they're going to think all professional stuff, where you need other people to get on there and think a different way. Save us a way of doing things, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know, I just don't think we all should be all professional people
Okay.
on that board.
All right, thank you. Mr. Auger?
Yeah, my name's Ray Auger.
I don't know, can you hear him? Do you need to come up front here, or? Can you yell really loud then?
People hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name's Ray Auger. I live in Algonquin. I'm also a member of the Mental Health Board. I am not a licensed mental health, substance abuse, IDD professional. But what I agree with the last statement is we need a board that represents the township. Yes, we need trained professionals, as Trustee Harney mentioned, go ahead and give us insight into the best programs that we can adopt. But I do not feel comfortable relinquishing that power totally to people that have professional degrees. Okay? I come from the professional world of an engineer, so I don't have the training that is now required. But what I learned in my career was you have to have diverse points of view to point out the errors when things may not be going right, or to consider different options. We are in the position right now where we have a tax challenge because we did not listen to one of the board members who's no longer on the board, who said the way we were operating would result in us getting a tax challenge. We want to make sure that the money we collect gets used for programs
All right, thank you, Mr. Auger. Then I see a hand over here. Name? Yeah, can Sanford Key, just go to the microphone. Name?
Sanford Borges, Incorporated, West Dundee. You're fine. 2 points to counter previous comment. First is the law.
Can't hear what you're saying.
Do the best I can. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
2 points to counter the last comment. I bet that I am one of the few people in this room who have read the law that establishes the mental health board for the state of Illinois. Like it or not, the law specifically requires that people selected for the board, or chosen or vetted for the board, have a mental health background of some kind or another. We may like to have a community input, but nothing says that a professional doesn't have community input. There is nothing wrong with having a professional who's a member of the community. That accomplishes both things. And most important is being in consonance with the law.
And then I see a hand over here, or James, if you
I upload the James Gould, 309 Central Current. I upload the immediately preceding speaker, and I'm glad that United Airlines doesn't put unqualified people in the cockpit next time.
then in the green here, please your name and.
I'm not that tall. Hi, I'm Amber Cotter, I'm actually one of the candidates, and I would like to bring forth an idea. When I was interviewed both by Supervisor Shaw and the mental health board, nobody asked me if I had mental health experience. They just asked me about my professional experience. So I will fairly and openly share, I do have mental health experience. I've had my father struggle with mental health. I was with him in front of him when he attempted suicide. I had to call 911 and help the paramedics administer help for him. I watched him struggle throughout his whole life with mental health and substance abuse. And sadly, last September, he lost that battle. I watched my brother sadly get spiked brownies at a party and ended up having a psychotic break because somebody put drugs in the brownies and didn't inform anybody, and how he struggled afterwards and trying to maintain the capacity to be a functional member of society. But you wouldn't know that because nobody asked me if I had mental health experience. Keeping in mind that some of the individuals that we meet have struggles that we don't know about and we don't openly speak about, right? I can tell you what it's like to sleep on the concrete. I can tell you what it's like to drink powdered milk. I can tell you what it's like to not be able to go on a field trip because you don't have funds, or to get school lunch and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for every single day. And I can tell you what it's like to actively challenge that and help break that cycle of what that takes. And it takes a community. It does, right? And this community needs to be able to support individuals who come from all different places in life. From our elders who supposedly make too much on disability to qualify for Medicaid and Medicare, to our teenagers who are struggling with, using inhalants and other stimulant medications improperly, to people who think playing the assassin game on school grounds is a great idea. Right? We want to make sure that every single one of these people get the help that they deserve, without fear that it's going to be used against them. So when you go to vote, and not to pat myself on the back, but like when you go to vote, keep that in mind that like some of these mental health individuals, including myself, we most likely have mental health experience. There's a reason why we got in this field. And I can tell you, it's not for the better.
Okay, thank you. It's going to be short, right?
Yeah, it's going to be short. I just want to add one thing. The current mental health board has one mental health professional on it. One. And that is down from 2 that we had previously. So our mental health board, to the best of my knowledge, has never had a majority of mental health professionals on it.
Okay, thank you. All right, is there any other comments, discussion? Anybody? All right, that is closed. In this case, we're going to do a voice vote. All those, well, you want to go up here in line and do it? I think we got it covered. If I can't figure out who, this, we'll do the, don't lose your ballot, just in case. All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Thanks, Ray. Motion carries. And the resolution, a resolution to recommend that the Dundee Township Supervisor appoints Don Aramora and Michelle Wright, and Amber Cotter to the Dundee Township Community Mental Health Board is hereby approved and presented. The next item on the agenda is the announcement of the next annual town meeting. Pursuant to state statute, the next annual town meeting of Dundee Township is scheduled for Tuesday, April 13th, 2027. That concludes this portion of the meeting. And then we need to set the time, apparently. The next time on the agenda is the electors move to set the time of the next annual town meeting. Is there a motion to approve a motion to set the hour of the next annual town meeting for 7 p.m. Moved by, you guys are the electors, somebody say something. Mr. Ahrens. Second by Chris Evans. There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of approving a motion to set the hour for the next annual town meeting for 7 p.m., say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Same sign. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is the public comment. This is the portion of the meeting where any elector who wishes to speak may do so. If anyone who would care to give public comment at this time, I ask that you please raise your hand, and when acknowledged, state your name, spell your last name for the record, and provide your address. I ask that you limit your comments to more than 3 minutes. I said to no more than 3 minutes. No more than 3 minutes. Excuse me. I got to go home too. Anybody? Hands up.
So we do have a sign-in sheet.
Oh, there's a sign-in sheet. Well, let's start with right here. We'll go through the sign-in sheet, and then I'll ask for hands after that, okay? We have public comment from James Gould.
James Gould, longtime township resident. I want to second Mr. Tennis' recommendation and call for the supervisor to resign. But I want to do it not for fiscal reasons, but for breaking her campaign promises. She told us in her campaign that she was committed to listening, to serving, and to making a positive impact. But she's broken all 3 of those promises. Listening. Over the last months, the supervisor has been told repeatedly to appoint qualified candidates to the mental health board. We just told her that tonight. She's been told that by township residents, by current 708 board members, by the township board. The dictionary defines listening as acting on what someone says. It means responding to advice. But she's done the opposite. She isn't listening at all. Serving. The supervisor was elected to public service. She said she'd care for people who've been left behind in Dundee Township, that she would in her own words, improve mental health service programs. The dictionary defines serving as giving assistance and helping people, but the supervisor has done the opposite. Her tenure is about one person, herself. She's turned her back on township residents who need mental health services. She isn't serving at all. Making a positive impact. The dictionary says this is improving situations and uplifting and supporting people. It's about actions that produce good results, meeting needs, bringing people together to solve problems. But the supervisor's done the opposite. She's made things worse. She's added to divisions and distrust in government. She's defied the voters' will. She isn't making a positive impact at all. Her influence is negative. Political writer Jim Wallace puts it well. When power becomes the goal over service, self-interest over public interest, winning over compromise, and personal narcissism over shared benefit, we are in deep trouble. Deep trouble. When I supported the supervisor, that's not what I voted for. Turmoil, domination, gridlock. The supervisor can still change and keep her promise. I hope she will. And once again, my thanks to those on the township board who have been a check and balance on the supervisor's autocratic tendencies. Thank you.
Next on the list, Mr. Richard Aarons.
I think you're all selling the supervisor short, and I think the trustees don't want to work with her, that they're letting her hang out on her own, and she has no choice but to do what she does. That's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you. Then next, Mr. Morgenstein. Sandy, you already spoken. Thank you. Mr. Tennis.
Withdraw.
Deborah Vernon. Deborah Vernon present? Oh, here she comes. Step right up.
Hi, my name is Deborah Vernon, and I live in Sleepy Hollow, 23 years living in Sleepy Hollow, taxpayer and homeowner. I'm a retired local government accountant with a bachelor's degree in accounting from Northern Illinois University. 16 years experience in Illinois with the municipality in Lake County, and before that, 4 years in Wisconsin. I took the time before the meeting today to just look through the information on the documents. And there was a wealth of knowledge that I saw that was there. It seems pretty transparent, so I was glad to see that. I looked at the fiscal year 2026 budget and was looking through the different financial summaries, and I could see where there was all different categories with the mental health, roads and bridge, the town. So I'm going to keep coming. This is the first meeting I come to. So I'd like to come to additional ones just to find information. I just had a few questions, and maybe I can follow up later with somebody on staff, but the grant program for mental health, I saw listed Ecker, Lutheran Social Services, and I understand from Ms. Harney that they have not been able to make those contributions because of the not having the quorum. But I could not find anywhere on there where $500,000 was in the budget. But when those were given to the different programs, and maybe that would have to be a year or so in the past, do you get a listing of what those were used for from the different agencies? And then any more information about that. So I'll just follow up at another point in time. And then I also wanted to just say I appreciate the assessor, Mr. Balick. I think he's a professional in other places that I've worked with his credentials. So I think that's really good for the township that we have these services. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Then Mr. Avalar. Already spoken. And then finally, Mr. Auger. Okay, thank you. Then is there anyone else? All right, anybody on the list? No hands. We're moving on to the next item of the agenda, and that is to announce. Thank you for your comments. We'll close the public comment portion of the meeting. I forgot to do all that. Then before adjournment, the vote is 18 no, 77 yes. Motion passed. All right, then may I have a motion and a second to adjourn this annual town meeting? Moved by Mr. who? Boris. Okay, Boris, and seconded by
I'll second.
Deb Chubby.
5 Johnson Street, East Dundee.
Motion has been made and seconded, and all in favor of adjourning the annual town meeting, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? See you next year.